What makes us think? Why do we feel joy or sorrow? How do our minds shape our reality? For millennia, humanity has grappled with these profound questions. This is the story of that quest, the captivating history and development of psychology, a journey into the very essence of what it means to be human. Our story begins not in laboratories, but in the minds of ancient thinkers. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Plato and Aristotle pondered the nature of the soul, the seat of reason and emotion. Plato spoke of the soul's tripartite nature, reason, spirit, and appetite, while Aristotle explored memory, perception, and the foundations of knowledge. But thousands of miles to the east, another profound understanding of the mind was taking shape. In ancient India, long before the Common Era, the sages of the Vedas and Upanishads were exploring consciousness, perception, and the self with unparalleled depth. Texts like the Upanishads delved into concepts like Atman, the individual self, and Brahman, the universal consciousness, hinting at a unity underlying all existence. They explored states of consciousness beyond the waking world through meditation and introspection. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, dating back to at least 400 CE, offer a profound roadmap to understanding and controlling the mind. Patanjali didn't just propose theories, he laid out practical techniques like pranayam, breath control, and dharana, concentration, to quiet the mind, sharpen focus, and achieve higher states of awareness. He even discussed mental afflictions and their remedies, a truly early form of applied psychology. Even the concept of karma isn't just about destiny. It reflects a deep psychological insight into the consequences of our actions and intentions on our future mental states and experiences. For centuries in the West, the study of the mind largely remained within the domain of philosophy and religion. The Renaissance brought a renewed interest in human experience, but a scientific approach to the mind was still a long way off. The actual turning point arrived in 1879, when German physician Wilhelm Wundt opened the first psychology laboratory in Leipzig. This marked the official birth of psychology as a separate scientific discipline. Wundt used systematic introspection and experimental methods to study conscious experience, breaking it down into basic elements like sensations and feelings. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw flourishing of different schools of thought. Structuralism, inspired by Wundt, aimed to identify the basic elements of consciousness. Functionalism, pioneered by American philosopher William James, focused on the purpose and function of the mind, how it helps us adapt to our environment. Then came the revolutionary ideas of Sigmund Freud and psychoanalysis. Freud proposed that our behavior is primarily driven by unconscious desires, conflicts, and early childhood experiences, laying the groundwork for modern psychotherapy. The mid-20th century brought new perspectives. Behaviourism, championed by John B. Watson and B. F. Skinner, rejected the study of the unobservable mind, focusing instead on observable behavior and how it's learned through conditioning. In reaction, humanistic psychology emerged with figures like Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow. It emphasized human potential, self-actualization, and the inherent goodness of individuals, bringing a more optimistic and person-centered view to psychology. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed the cognitive revolution. Psychology shifted back to the mind, using the computer as a metaphor. Researchers began studying mental processes like memory, perception, language, and problem-solving, giving rise to cognitive psychology. Today, psychology is a vast and interdisciplinary field. Neuroscience is revealing the biological basis of mental processes, while evolutionary psychology explores how our minds have adapted over millennia. Positive psychology focuses on human strengths and well-being, and cross-cultural psychology highlights the influence of culture on our minds and behaviors. Interestingly, as modern psychology delves deeper, many of its findings resonate with the ancient insights of Indian wisdom. Mindfulness-based therapies, for example, draw heavily from Buddhist and yogic traditions of attention and awareness. The emphasis on introspection, self-awareness, and the mind-body connection, once dismissed as esoteric, is now central to many contemporary psychological approaches. From the philosophical inquiries of ancient sages to the rigorous experiments of modern scientists, the journey of psychology is a testament to humanity's endless fascination with itself. It's a continuous exploration, constantly evolving, as we seek to unlock the mysteries of the most complex and wondrous organ known, the human mind.